I'm going to solve this linear system by substitution. X plus 5y equals negative 11. I'll call that equation 1. 4x minus 3y equals 25. I'll call that equation 2. The first thing I notice here is that in equation 1, the coefficient of the x term is 1. So I'm going to start off by choosing equation 1 and solving for x. So I want to get x by itself on the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract 5y from the left-hand side. But if I subtract 5y from the left-hand side, then I must also subtract 5y from the right-hand side. 5y minus 5y is 0. So I'm going to get x plus 0, which is just x on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to rearrange this piece. Instead of writing negative 11 minus 5y, I'm going to write that as negative 5y minus 11. So I get x equals negative 5y minus 11. I'll call that equation 3. Now, what I'm going to do next is, in equation 2, where I see x, I'm going to substitute in the expression negative 5y minus 11. So in equation 2, 4x minus 3y equals 25. Where I see x, I substitute in the expression negative 5y minus 11. So I get 4 times, in brackets, negative 5y minus 11 minus 3y equals 25. Now both pieces here are multiplied by 4. So I'll get negative 20y minus 44 minus 3y equals 25. I've got like terms here. Negative 20y minus 3y is negative 23y. So on the left-hand side, I'll have negative 23y minus 44 equals, on the right-hand side, 25. Now I want to get y by itself on the left-hand side. So the first thing I'm going to do here is add 44 to the left-hand side. But if I add 44 to the left-hand side, I must also add 44 to the right-hand side. Minus 44 and the plus 44 will be 0. So on the left-hand side, negative 23y plus 0 is just negative 23y. And on the right-hand side, 25 plus 44 is 69. So I get negative 23y equals 69. Now, negative 23y means negative 23 times y. So to get y by itself on the left-hand side, I'm going to divide the left-hand side by negative 23. But because I divide the left-hand side by negative 23, I must also divide the right-hand side by negative 23. Negative 23 divided by negative 23 is 1. And 1 times y on the left-hand side will be just y. On the right-hand side, 69 divided by negative 23 is negative 3. So I get y equals negative 3. Now, I'm going to substitute y equals negative 3 into either equation and solve for x. So I can either substitute it into equation 1 or equation 2 or equation 3. I'm going to substitute y equals negative 3 into equation 1. X plus 5y equals negative 11. So where I see y, I substitute in negative 3. So I get x plus 5 times negative 3 equals negative 11. So on the left-hand side, I'll have x minus 15. And on the right-hand side, I'll have negative 11. So I have x minus 15 equals negative 11. To get x by itself on the left-hand side, I'm going to add 15 to the left-hand side. But because I add 15 to the left-hand side, I must also add 15 to the right-hand side. The minus 15 and the plus 15 will be 0. So on the left-hand side, x plus 0 is just x. And on the right-hand side, negative 11 plus 15 is 4. So I get x equals 4. So the solution to this system is x equals 4, y equals negative 3.